International Consolidated Airlines Group owns British Airways, Iberia, Vueling and Aer Lingus.
Exactly. Vueling is a Spanish low-cost operator operating out of Barcelona, and then Aer Lingus is the old Irish airline that we were talking about a moment ago. So it's a holding company that owns all of those top airline brands and multiple places of operation, pretty sizable, but not as big as you'd think from a market cap point of view.
Market cap is £10.6 billion. We're looking at a price to earnings ratio here of 8.3 and a dividend yield of 3.9%. Give us your take on this one as a holding company.
Well, isn't it fascinating? I mean, there you have a company with a holding company with 10 point something billion pounds, and that's half the size of Ryanair. I mean, it just puts it all into perspective, doesn't it? Yeah, look, I'm a little bit concerned about this one from a variety of perspectives. You know, they've got some great operations there, BA, Iberia, Aer Lingus. BA is being run by a chap called Cruz, who comes from Vueling, and you know what he's doing, and I think it's he obviously doesn't learn from history. He's trying to cut costs in a very, very simplistic way that I think will backfire on him. So, for example, short haul BA flights in the whole of Europe now, you're going to have to pay for anything, whether it's a cup of tea, cup of coffee, whatever.
And obviously, it stands to reason your baggage, then you'll be paying for it to go into the hold, and your seat choice.
Exactly, they're muddying the waters now. You know, you're either a low fare budget airline or you're not, and if you're not, you don't do this kind of thing.
Let's have a look at how the share price is reacting.
So it's had a spotty track record of profitability, and the problems have mostly been from Spain. You know, like Mrs. Faulty said, you'll have to apologize for Manuel because he's from Barcelona. BA has actually done quite well, but Vueling and Iberia have battled. But then again, Spain is on the rebound. I don't know what to say.
This is well, I suppose because it's a holding company, you've got some that are doing well and some that are not doing well. Hence, you've got that diversification within the holding group.
Look, I think BA will do particularly well this year because of the weak pound, you know, the whole post-Brexit thing. So on that side, I think that's a very, very big positive. Paul, you know, a couple of weeks ago, you and I were chatting about the fact getting a lot of foreigners coming in actually into the UK and buying luxury goods, and a completely different subject. But I think a lot of them are going to be travelling in on the BA airline.
So it sounds as though you're going to battle to make a decision on this one, the two of you.
It's a tough one. Look, I think the cost cutting will probably work in the short term. I think in the long term it might be counterproductive. They're doing an awful lot of other things in their premium cabins which are going to beat the living daylights out of some of the competition, I think. So on balance, I'm actually hot on this one.
You're hot, Paul?
I'm pretty positive about Spain because Spain had a very, very slow response and recovery from the financial crisis and all of that drama about building places on the Costa Brava and all that. So I think that's going to drive higher returns in the other part of the business, and BA looks okay to me. So I know there's a lot of uncertainty and it doesn't look all that great, but I'm going to join Chris and go hot on this one.